Welcoming you back to crypto's juiciest news. Bitcoin is sitting at $60,000, friends. The others BTC ratio is slowly but surely moving up. It seems to have reversed off this area. Are we going to see it coincide with a lower Bitcoin dominance? I guess we'll have a find out soon. Because that Bitcoin dominance sitting right here, it is like outrageously high. But here's the thing, man. It's not high in terms of absolute price. It can always go higher. It's high in terms of how long this thing has been in an uptrend for. 581 days. You know, even if this takes another like 4 weeks, man, you're going on to like day 600. This is never ever before done. It's never run this long before. If you look at the weekly super trend, how long did it basically push up for? 546 days. And then we had DeFi season here. So we're already running on fumes. And yeah, I'm just like, you can do what you want, friends. Not financial advice. I'm just saying, danger, danger, danger holding Bitcoin here. I don't know what's going to be the big mover. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's going to be Ethereum or Solana or some other altcoin. I don't know. I'm just telling you, it's super dangerous to be like turbo long Bitcoin when you're looking at altcoins and stuff. I mean, you're playing the whole cycle, right? It's almost over, right? It's very, very dangerous to basically just be sitting there sidelined and undeployed. And if we have a quick look at the Russell 2000, friends, it's still in this little boring zone. This horizontal line that we're going to check, that is the actual all-time high for the Russell. Of course, if we get that expansion, it's going to be great times. But what are we actually waiting for now? We're waiting for the stock market, S&P 500, pretty much is what we're waiting for. We're waiting for more data or data to basically keep coming out every month and stocks to figure out where they think the data is going to be in 6 months. That's what the stock market's always doing, the S&P 500. It's always pricing in the future. It's not going off based off what it thinks today, okay? So this is stock market. So if it likes what it sees ahead, we're going to probably start to price in an expansion for next year, which is going to shock everybody if it likes what it sees. There's also the possibility it doesn't like the Kamala Harris-Donald Trump battle. So it could just be a range mode sideways until the November election. That's one possibility as well. Or maybe the market thinks, hey, it doesn't really matter. No matter who wins, everything's going to be pricing in better in the future. It could be that. So you don't know what its mind is thinking about right now. But you could probably get an idea, right? It's got to do with how fast it thinks the trajectory of unemployment is coming and battling that alongside, I guess, the US the rate cut, which is coming. So hopefully it's not a 50 basis point cut. Hopefully it's either a hold or just one single 25 basis point. So that's the type of stuff that's pretty much going to be coming out. And you and I, we don't have any idea. The market's really, really efficient at pricing it. It's going to get the data from like, you know, different company earnings. I don't even know when earnings seasons is, but you know, like Apple and Amazon, it basically just computes all these and the wisdom of the markets, the mind of the crowd. It'll basically just start to get its own path, okay? And it'll basically, it won't be giving you a warning sign that it's going to go up. It'll just do it. And it will look like if it goes down from here, it's like, hey, next year's screwed, right? But if it starts going up, then you'll know, oh my gosh, there is some sort of disbelief rally here. And it really would be disbelief, wouldn't it? Because if stocks go up from here, think about the majority of people out there. They believe we are in a recession or a recession is coming. They really believe that. So it would be a disbelief pump. It would be a disbelief rally because everybody is thinking there is no way we can go up. We're about to crack. The economy is about to crack. There's no way this thing is allowed to move higher because unemployment's smashing up. And they'll talk about the SARM rule and the inverted yield curve and they throw all that stuff out. And then it actually might give them more pain. Once again, higher and higher. So I guess we'll see how it plays out there. Now, friends, I want to teach you something that I've basically come to see in crypto. I've learned this for a while, but we've got to use a real example. It is important to chart market caps of coins. Yes, I know Richard's talking point, market cap doesn't matter. No, it actually does matter. It matters a lot. Market caps, they are respected on charts in terms of the fib levels and breaking the highs. They are respected more than the price charts. And I'll give you an example of how. Now, if you're playing multi-cycle, you have to chart, you have to know the market caps. You just have to. Okay, it doesn't tell you where things are going to stop. No. I'm just telling you these are important zones to look at. So this is the Link ETH ratio, right? This is ChainLink against Ethereum, all right? This is Link versus ETH. And you've noticed something, friends. It's down 91%. So if this goes back to the high, That is a 10.6x. However, ChainLink team have been inflating the token a lot. They've been inflating like what, 7% per year, 10% per year, whatever it is, okay, for like 4 or 5 years. So then now there are more coins out. So what you have to do is you have to look at Link dominance divided by Ethereum dominance, and that actually gets you the real Link ETH ratio. So you have to do this for pretty much everything that if you're holding multi-cycle, you want to see these big points. And I've got it here, right? This is LINK.D divided by ETH.D. And for that, friends, we'll play some nice juicy pump music just to signify that you've learned something new today. You really got to do this, by the way. All right. If you go here, friends, if you see the bottom, how on the other chart it was like a 10.6x to go to the top. This one is only 6.5x. What? So basically, if you go back, so you know a 6.5x distance gets you back to the high. So what we can do is go back to that Link ETH chart and mark where 6.5x is higher. That's 550%. It's here. So when ChainLink versus Ethereum, okay, hopefully it gets up here. If it is at 0.028 here. So if ChainLink is 2.8% of Ethereum's price, that is the all-time high ratio from August of 2020. So it is a major level that you got to be watching. You got to be careful. Okay, what do you mean be careful? Like obviously, it could always break the high. Nothing says it doesn't have to, but I'm just telling you that that's not something where you can't just sit here thinking, oh, we've still got plenty more to go. This is technically the actual high. All right. Now, obviously, I'm hoping this thing goes up and does this and then pops up. I'm hoping something like that happens, but this is really important, man. You can actually see this in more coins like Filecoin, which had big inflation, which I'll show you. So this is Filecoin, friends. Filecoin, of course, if you're a file max and you like files, say it's down 98%. But what you can actually do is look at the Filecoin market cap. See this? Fill market cap. And you'll notice something. It's not down 98%. It's only down 84%. Okay, so what the hell happened? Well, obviously, that's nuts, okay? There's a big difference. Pretty much, the Filecoin team, all the inflation has been, the Filecoin inflation has gone all to the advisors, whatever the hell it is who's got it pretty much written into their contracts or whatever. So, holders get destroyed. Okay, that's pretty much it. If you want to know that difference, man, if you go down here, where would 98% drop down here be? It would be all the way here. So the team pretty much, friends, they have grabbed 2 billion. That's from 200 million to 2 billion. They've grabbed $2 billion worth of coins for themselves. That's nuts, man. Whereas investors only have 200 million. So they've given themselves a lot, like 8 times the amount. You see, that is very, very important. So basically, if Filecoin from here does like a 5x, you are literally back to the top. You're back to the top. So if you go back to that chart, friends, you look at the full crypto chart for this. Look, did that mean, look, Filecoin going up here, $27, that's the high. Literally, you are at the high right here. But so you'd be holding here thinking, oh, wait a minute, we got plenty to go. We were $200 one day. No, this is all fake. So the coins have all been given out. You see how very important it is? By the way, for ChainLink, they don't have a market cap read, so you could use a dominance, right? So you could divide something by, say, Ethereum's dominance, you'd be able to get the real numbers. So that's another way to cancel things out if you want to work with data that's not there. Now, friends, Bitcoin's price chart. Look at this. It's been going sideways for a long time. We're hoping it repeats basically the zombie virus capitulations where we start just rising up. We are in here September, just important dates, friends. So end of September, CZ comes out of jail here. That's funny. We know we're pumping then. We have to, man. We literally just have to. You know what's funny? I've heard just a couple of random people, friends, like everyone all around crypto, no matter who hates each other, they've all come together and everyone's like, oh yeah, we're definitely pumping when CZ gets out. That'd be so funny. Just imagine he comes out and his first tweet is like 4. He served 4 months in jail. Like, man, how's the universe line that up? Come on. All right, now let's get to some other news of the day, friends. Obviously, it's been very, very slow. So Takashi69, fans, been tweeting about PulseChain. It's actually funny. So shout out to this gentle friend saying, you are like the music industry's version of Richard Hart. Retardio. Can't disagree. I don't like that MF, but I can't look away. So obviously from these pictures, they're just having a joke and have a laugh about here. I'm seeing a lot of people being tagging me about, you know, what's going on. Some people are like, oh, is it good or is it bad? Doesn't matter, man. It's in the mind share. You know, it's kind of funny, friends. You know, 99% of the world hated Tekashi 69 when he first came out, right? And do you know they still hate him? It didn't do anything, man. Like, hate doesn't do anything except just generate more energy. And by the way, it all comes down to the price chart anyway. That's it. We know that. Vitalik, right? Vitalik's still pumping his misses too much. So he's been pretty much trying to bull post Ethereum up. ETH BTC is down to 0.043. Just to show you, friends, by the way, just to show you. This ETH BTC, friends, just look how pivotal the leader is. But it's not everyone having a favorable opinion of the leader. Look, you can't have a more favorable opinion of a leader than Vitalik. You literally can't. Does that mean this price can't go down 72% after 8 years? No, it doesn't. You see that? So he's literally, friends, he's literally come out here to bull post it. Because this thing has been literally going down for a long time. Like, oh my gosh, man, so many years. Right? And why is it important? It's because Vitalik's decisions running Ethereum from the background, all of it is to be ultrasound money and neutral, decentralized platform stuff. It is more akin to Bitcoin than altcoins, right? It's meant to be like that. However, when you are bleeding out to Bitcoin, it's pretty much the market telling you, your tech's useless, man. Your tech's useless. You're just going to get copy-pasted into oblivion. So now, obviously, all the Ethereum maxis, they're like trying to reel it in now. They're like, crap, we actually got to get the price to go up, man. Because if our price can't go up, then we're useless. They're just going to go to every other chain. Solana, even alt layer 1 chains. Like, what's the point of yours? You've pretty much, you've spent all this time maximizing decentralization, yet there's a scale out there. So you might have, like, let's say 10 out of 10 units. Maybe Ethereum is like a 9 out of 10 in terms of decentralization. Well, the guys who are 8 and 7 out of 10 and 6 out of 10 and 5 out of 10, they are able to grab a lot of users because your thing's like really, really expensive. And a lot of retailers, they make meme coins and altcoins. And now it's making obviously the Ethereum guys think. Now here's the thing, friends. When Ethereum's price was up here, okay, they did not give a crap about sacrificing anything. They didn't. They came out here, friends. I remember Vitalik saying, I don't care if your thing's expensive. Friends, he literally went on stage saying, remember he said, I don't give a crap if this thing costs too much money for your monkey JPEG to be minted. He was literally saying stuff like that, okay, in his own words, of course. In like, monkey JPEG, so in his own words saying that. Now, complete 180, literally complete 180, friends, complete 180, okay? So it's ETH BTC that went down. I remember saying, even during that time in the bear market, I remember looking at him like, bro, you guys are all full of shit, man. If Ethereum was $100, you would all be in turbo panic mode. You would be ratcheting up the transactions per second and trying to beef up the thing immediately. You'd be doing sharding tomorrow. Literally tomorrow, you'd be like, hey, that's it. Everyone stop everything. We have to do sharding, which is allowing, like, trying to get like 10,000 or 100,000 transactions per second, which is a lot. That's what they'd be doing. But then, friends, they didn't because it was going great. I mean, look what it looked like. It looked like everything they were doing was fantastic. It looked like, hey, we're on our way to friendship, and now we've been bleeding for so long, and people are moving. You see, friends, you get to see, man, that the leader is pivotal, right? It really is important. Now, speaking of Tekashi and Richard Hart and all this stuff, friends, there's some legal updates and everything going on, but, you know, is it big news or isn't it? I mean, you can always just check out the Pulse chart itself, obviously moving nowhere, nothing is moving anywhere. I know, man, this is markets. This is why it is disgusting that when things just go down, they just round off forever. They let everybody get in. Yeah, man, it is what it is. We can't do anything about it. If there was something we could do about it, trust me, we'd be doing it. You can't have favorable opinion, or you can't say nice things. I mean, the guy even tried to insert $20 million in, by the way. Like, just think about this, right? People saying, oh, people said he should have spent more money to pump up the price. No, because if the market really wanted to go up, it would have started to front run Richard Hart dropping $20 million into there. It would have started to front run it. $80 million would have come in after him and actually pushed it up if it really wanted to front run it. But it didn't want to. It didn't want to go up. He inserts it, people dump it back down and leave straight away, just showing you that it's not ready. And it's the same thing with a lot of other things at the same time. Now, there's been a big court update as well, kind of Richard Hart. Before midnight, you'll be able to download my reply memorandum of law in support of Richard Hart's motion to dismiss. He also said out here, nothing says change like voting for the incumbent. So, and he's making fun, obviously, of Kamala Crappers and all the other crappy anti-crypto laws that they have and stuff. Okay, so basically the summary of the court is one, things were said. Okay, it's corrupt SEC. You're a scammer. You're a fraudster. Right? And then they do the same talking points. Jurisdiction and securities and Richard Hart. You spent the money and stuff. And then it's pivotal. We need you to basically make the chain and everything out. So it's just blah, blah. It's just the same stuff, friend. There's no real update, man. I won't go nuts for nothing. October 24th is the date for the oral argument session. But also, just to let you know, Nuclear Herbs, shout out to Mr. Nukies, gave us a bit of a heads up. Judge Auntie Carol might take 60 to 90 days after that date to decide whether, you know, we can go through with like the next phase or not. And we're looking for a result of no jurisdiction, which means, hey, you can't even go after these guys, right? So that will take another 69 days. We're looking maybe at 2025. And guess what? If they do have jurisdiction, oh man, just going to drag it on. But hey, to me, it doesn't matter, man. Honestly, it doesn't matter because he has the funds. That's it. The funds are used. So as long as the judge doesn't say, you know, Ethereum, you're a security, you got to turn off all the computers. As long as they don't say that, then we're good to go. And yeah, obviously the real prices are still down. So Pulse is down 75% after 3 years. That's a Pulse ETH ratio. PulseX is down 80% after 3 years as well. That's why these things made a post. If PulseChain literally moved up 4x from today, you're selling anything you sell under that, you're selling at a loss. Just to let everyone know, everybody's selling PulseChain and PulseX. You're selling at a loss, even if Pulse is above day one. Like PulseChain has to get to, I believe, to get to the May 2023 launch, it has to get to 4.2x day one sec. So it has to do like an 11x from here. And that's just based off the ratios of Ethereum, right? Because on the May launch, Ethereum was like 1,300 or something. And then Pulse went to 3x day one sec. So what happened since then? Pulse drops 90% and then Ethereum basically doubles. That's how you got that ratio move. Now, overall for crypto friends, we are looking at the banana zone. This is pretty much GMI. So Royal Power's GMI, top cycle finder, probably uses a couple of things out here. They all look the same, friends. There's always, it's always a 50-50. There's always that one time it went up or that one time it went down. What's going on? Look, I just be careful of these, by the way. Be careful of these because you're thinking we have to top out when it comes to these things out here, right? But what I've found is we were here in 2021, okay? There were no indicators saying we've topped except Pi Cycle. Literally, there were 20 major indicators, 20 in 2021. Only one said we had topped out, and it was right. The other 19 had not said they were topped out. And guess what? I went back, friends, and I checked a lot of the models. They changed them. Their scum went and changed them. You know, on like Glasschode and all these other websites, they have like these, on-chain indicators. Don't trust them. They're all full of shit. I was around. They've changed it. Do you remember the blue nipple, friends? The blue nipple, that one of those indicators. It shows like this little, actual nipple looking thing. When it's like in a euphoria phase, it never hit it in the last cycle. They shifted the data so that it hit euphoria 2012, 2016, in two cycles before that, and then in last one, it never even hit that. It barely touched the green. So it meant to go from yellow, then it hits green as in, it's a bull market. And then blue is like ultra euphoria. In pretty much last cycle, it went like halfway through the green and it was over. Pretty much that was like 64K. You're like, wait a minute, we're not even in euphoria yet, right? Euphoria might be 100K. No, it was literally over. Now, if you go back and check the blue nipple, they've changed it. Now 64K last cycle is now blue. I'm like, wait a minute, no, it wasn't blue last time, bro. There was no indicators that said we had topped out. That's why you really got to be careful when it comes to these indicators. We just have to trust our gut. And that's why, man, I made so many videos for you. I'll play some angel music just to remind everyone. So many videos, friends. I literally just been saying it for ages ago. Literally, the worst thing you can do is look at the price and your portfolio. That's the worst thing you can do because then it will never be high enough. And that's why everybody held on in 2021. Everyone held on. It was never high enough, man. 50-cent hex wasn't high enough. $1's high enough. You know what I mean? There's not the price is the worst thing. You have to look at other things. Maybe exotic top signals, exhaustive stuff. Maybe there'll be a giant meme coin mania, 100 billion market cap for a meme coin. Maybe we get a crypto index. Maybe there's Coinbase App Store ranking hitting #1. You see all these, you start to add these up and oh crap, we're in some sort of zone here. This is a risky zone. You got to be on the lookout for that. But hopefully this banana zone does continue up. There was this period here that we had zombie virus right here. And now everyone's scared that we're going to have another zombie virus pop. That's what people are scared about, that we're going to do a zombie virus thing here before we go up. But you never know, man. We never know. We're later in the cycle. That's the thing. That's what a lot of people still think. You know, we're going down to 40K, whatever. Look, man, we can. But there was also this part, friends. This was double bubble 2013. You see what it means? Like, I hate to say it's literally 50-50. There's one data point where a spike up. So we'll actually check it out. There's one data point where the spike up made a higher low, and then we had the double bubble. All right. And then there's one data point where the spike up crashed down to zombie virus before going up. Just to let you know, right? This one was Bitcoin halvening year. All right. Bitcoin halvening year. And now this is Bitcoin halvening year. In the 2019 one, this was Bitcoin halvening year. So if you actually check it out, in the Bitcoin halvening years, there's like a reversal at the end of the year and it just keeps going up. So yeah, but hey, man, I don't want to jinx anything. Why Bitcoin halvening year? You know, it's all about the global liquidity index. We'll see. Shout out to my friend CS Omi. The best onboarding tool is green candles. Okay, let's go for Mr. No Minus. Yeah, man, that's it. Green candles. You can't do anything unless we need them to pump. I also want to switch back a bit, friends, to the PulseChain talk. See, I've got PulseChain Ecosystem photos here. Just to let you know, these are old. These are old. And I have scheduled posts out here because I always want to keep them on hand because I always think from the perspective of me, if I'm the average person, and they're all just tickers, friends. Like, I know everybody has their own coin, but I love all of them. It's just that PulseChain has the deepest value, right? So it's the highest risk, highest reward. When people come in, they want to just see one little logo, you know, because if they just see a little logo in a ticker, they're like, oh, that's a $400 investment to them, okay? But when they see a big city of all these coins, you know, and this is not complete, this is the old one. When they see a big city, that's why I love this picture, okay? You just see it, you're just seeing all these names and everything, like, whoa, look at all these people are building on this stuff, narratives, bridges, CEXs, privacy coins, wow, yes. It shows you it's a big city because you have to represent this digitally. You can't pretty much explain to somebody how this thing is big because think about this, right? You don't know how big Google is, do you? Right? They have like terabyte data centers, warehouses of all these, and same as Amazon. You only know that from the name, but you have no idea like how big it is unless you're pretty much aware of the brand. What if it's a new company, right? Like eBay, or even eBay, you don't even know how big that is, but see what I mean? You have no idea. Do they have big centers? Are they big? Do they hire a lot of people? How much people did PayPal hire, right? All these other questions, you have no idea. So that's why I was always thinking from the perspective of me. I'm like, is there a way to represent how grand something is in one picture in crypto? Yes, it is. Having all these logos, all these tickers, just showing you, hey, look at all these people building on it. It's like looking at a city, right? So that's the visual representation. Otherwise, I mean, like, look, obviously that doesn't hold a candle to the actual real green candle, which we have right here. Of course, nothing compares to a big fat pump. You get that big fat pump, friends? Yes, of course. We get a big fat pump, then everyone's like, wow, this thing, I've got to get in. Or we know that, but we don't really care about those people who come up to the pump because the pump's going to come anyway, and they're going to come anyway. We're thinking about how do we establish an opportunity for people so they can see, hey, all right, by the way, not financial advice. Maybe this isn't worth like $40. Maybe not even 400. Maybe it's worth, I don't know, like 3 months of living expenses. You know what I mean? Maybe, just maybe. These are the types of stuff you got to be thinking about. Okay, now check this out, friends. I mean, look at this. Kobe says, there's no I in zero knowledge proofs. And then Vitalik, yeah, there is. For example, in Baby Bear, it's 172842543. In other cases, it's often in the extension field. I have no idea what he just said. I don't even know the topic he's talking about. I have absolutely zero clue how to understand what this guy is talking about, friends. I'm telling you, 4,000 IQ alien. He is pivotal to Ethereum coming and pumping back up. I've asked he when moon. Yeah, I would like to know when moon, but this is the type of stuff that's going through 4,000 IQ alien's head, right? So this is the thing, man. I wish I knew about the Ethereum ICO, friends. I really wish. I had no idea crypto existed, never heard of it back then. I'm telling you, I would have gone really hard in Ethereum. Just looking at that kid, look at this guy is not even human. You go hard and like that. That's, you could just tell. We're looking for that moment all over again. Hopefully another coin. Maybe. We'll see. I found this the other day as well. Look at this picture. Do you support Donald Trump appointing RFK Jr. to become I almost said it, the Coconut Intelligence Agency Director. Look, man, I'm just telling you now, man. I'm not even joking. If he makes RFK the Coconut Intelligence Agency Director, they might get rid of both of them, deep state. There might just be mysterious bombs, mysterious something done to harm them, take them out. Because man, that is crazy. And by the way, even the director of the Coconut Intelligence Agency, they don't even have access to everything. There is a guy who was a director decades ago. Okay, there was a guy. It was not just Ted Cunnison. There was someone else as well. It might have been Teddy. They basically said, look, it might have been someone else. It's someone else as well. They go, look, I don't have access to everything you think I have access to. They only tell me what they want me to know. By the way, this is the guy on top. Okay, this is literally the guy on top, and it's like in a leaked tape. He's talking to someone. Okay, so he's not talking to like, I'm talking to someone. He's an official statement. He's pretty much talking to someone. Yeah, this is what happens. It goes deep, doesn't it? I want to throw a special shout out to Anton, PulseChain Anton, friends.
Hey guys, how's it going? Hello, my friend Somi, friendship confirmed. Yeah.
That says PulseChain Network, friends. Look at this. Anton, he's looking for the Loch Ness Monster out here, and
here in Germany, and I checked the mail today, and
he says he's German.
A corkhead from Australia I ordered last week was in there.
That is so cute, man. That is amazing. Like, oh man, I know Germans, but it actually would be funny to wear the cork hat in Germany, of all places in the world as well. So shout out to everybody in Germany. Remember, I told you I ate the German sausages. Not those sausages, actual real sausages, friends. They are actually tasty. They're really nice. Different flavors and stuff as well. Actually, I ate a bit too much that day as well. I got addicted to them. Actually, pretty nice. Now, know what you're thinking. It's a family-friendly show. Check this out as well. This is, friends, I made this picture, I think a year ago. Okay, look, I made this picture a year ago when we started moving up. I drew this during the 2022 bear market. Okay, so I have these zones here. It's the timing. It's literally this 2025, April 2025, and then November. For some reason, right, we all know 12 months after the Bitcoin halving, 3 out of 3 times, that was altcoin peak. It's just spooky how that happened. But now we know it's more to do with global liquidity index. But hey, we'll see if it plays out again. So if you're looking at for Bitcoin cycle top, cycle 1 was 365 days after the halving. Cycle 2 and 3 was 548 days. So that's what it brings us to next year. That's April to November or whatever. Okay, so that's, that's that window. I don't know if it's going to be obvious. I remember my friend Armadillo, he did the interview with Ivan on Tech. Shout out to Armadillo and shout out to Ivan. Remember, Armadillo, friends, he correctly predicted the exact price targets of 2021 Bitcoin Ethereum, and he did it from 2020. And in this one, he has like a 249K Bitcoin and like a $27,000 Ethereum. However, and by the way, he won't tell anybody how he gets it. He doesn't want to ruin the secret sauce. He goes, it's not that complicated, but he doesn't want to ruin the secret sauce. He doesn't want to like curse it, which is good. That's when I heard that, I'm like, good, don't tell us. Don't tell us how you got it. Just spit this number out. He basically said this is going to be longer than everyone thinks. He thinks there's going to be this mid-correction thing somewhere. Now, he doesn't say, he just thinks it's going to take longer than we think. We're going to get there, but there's just going to be a poopy period time. And I'm always thinking about, what does that mean? What does a poopy period time actually mean? Does it mean, like, look, actually, we can go back and draw it here, right? I'm thinking about if we do get there, does this mean Bitcoin goes up next year to 115 and then there's like a recession scare and then we come back down here, but then everyone thinks it's the bear market 2026, but actually it actually continues up? Is that how it happens? That is something to think about. It is something to think about. What type of slow, sluggish interim period are we talking about? And remember, he just, I don't know what he's basically basing it off. It's almost like those numbers are too good to be true. Like an Ethereum $27,000. That's 3 trillion, by the way. You're flipping NVIDIA. So, but don't forget, friends, like, I've got to be honest, I want those numbers to appear. You know, like it's UFO sightings. I want to believe. Yeah, we want those numbers to come, don't we? And I'll just be completely honest with you. Very often, someone will do really well in one cycle, and then they are off in the next one. And I can't tell you how many times I've seen that. Countless times. Look at Richard Hart. Look at Richard Hart. Perfect example. Picked the bottom in the last cycle and picked the top to the day. What did he do? Didn't use the funds to buy Ethereum. Buys it at like 3,800 on Ethereum ETF rumors. It drops 50%. He stayed bearish the whole time as we go up as well, right? So just showing you how we could go from like, just think about this. He went from, he got this part. This is insane, right? He got the bottom here. He got the bottom here and he got the top up there. Okay, so literally tick and tick. You think, wow, someone who nails a bottom, that's crazy. And then he was still calling for 10K. He was still calling for 10K and he stayed short, bearish up here, and then up here. He basically has to capitulate. After 7 green monthly candles, he FOMO buys Ethereum pretty much. That's what it looks like. You FOMO buy. I know it's not FOMO per se, but it looks like it, man. Like, it's just 7 green monthly candles. You capitulate on the bear thesis and you come buy it. Now, friends, of course, it's not the end of the world, but I'm just showing you this is a perfect example. Somebody as smart as him, right, who like nailed things to the tick, could be completely way off in the next cycle. Completely way off. So just showing you how difficult it is to constantly master markets. And that's why I do a lot of reading and stuff out here for other people's methods and, you know, how they look at markets and stuff here and there. So these are 2 books, friends, you don't even need, right? I have Wolf of Wall Street and The Intelligent Investor. So I've got written here, okay, so before I discovered crypto, people suggested I read books from the greatest out there. And, you know, I did try to read them and they just taught me nothing, man. Just taught me nothing. Like, just these books and there's just... Real world's different, man, friends. Real world's different. Like this. Like, what you learn is in textbooks, oh, there's a discount somewhere. Yeah, there's a discount. And then there's no formula for the discount. It's like, it's cheap. Why is it cheap? Oh, because it feels cheap. And then what you don't know is you can't be taught this in a book. When things are cheap, there is a very compelling story to tell you why it's cheap. People don't just sell something for no reason. They don't say, oh, I'm just getting rid of this. No. It's like, I'm getting rid of this because, you know, Coca-Cola is moving to this state. They're going to take on this drink company. They're going to sell it cheaper than them. And the CEO just left of this drink company, right? And that's why the price is down 80%. And then you have to think, is that a good bet worth taking? It's not easy. That's what Warren Buffett was able to do. He's literally a visionary, okay? I think he's got like 140 IQ. He's very, very smart. So he could literally see 10 years into the future. Okay, so it's not easy because you look at these formulas and you're like, oh, this thing is like down, therefore I get in. Well, guess what? Actually, most of the time it actually works. Most of the time it does work. It's just, it's not so simple, is it? Because look at the difference in crypto. The difference between a 50% discount and what Hex has done, right? If a 50% discount happens and you started with $100,000, you still got 50K. If you get the Hex discount, you're down to 1,000. You're down 99%. You see that? Not so easy, is it? Now, by the way, that's also happened in stocks. I think it was Peter Lynch, friends. He bought a stock. It was trading at $27 and then it went down to 13 and he's like, oh, this is really cheap. He got in, okay? Then it went down to 11 and he got his mum in. He literally told his mum, you got to put your savings in this. This is really, really cheap. It's trading below book value. Its book value is $20, okay? Then it went to 2. By the way, it came all the way back and it went up all the way to 40. Okay, but just showing, he just was like, he literally thought, oh, well, I've literally lost my all their savings and something. It's kind of funny to think about. This is like a stock market great investor. Friends, this guy, Peter Lynch as well, he had like a 30% annualized return and he had to stop because it was basically doing 18-hour shifts like me. He was there 18 hours a day finding edge. It was just insane. And just to hear that story where it's basically like, yeah, like it was like mega cheap and then literally dropped another like 80%. This is stock market. And do you want to know how crazy that is, friends? Book value means if you sold the whole company, you get X amount of dollars per share. So when it was trading at like, when he bought it at like $13, whatever it was, if he sold, like he literally, if he bought all the shares for $13 and he sold the company, he'll literally get back something like, you know, $20 back. He'll get $20 per share. He could literally make that profit. Like if you theoretically, you went through the process of firing everyone, closing everything down, it takes a year, all this effort to do that. You're like, oh, it's literally, yeah, it's literally like you're selling a share to your house, but your house has $1 million of Bitcoin in there. But you're selling the share to your house. You're selling me your house for like, you know, 500,000. Like there's literally $1 million Bitcoin inside this. I have to buy it. Yeah. And then the market still went to 2. It literally still went to 2. See, these wild things happen. He still remembers that, right? So in crypto, you look at all that. Well, in crypto, we have our own memes too. Our meme, not meme coins, but as in memes, right? It's really pretty much, it is a moonshot casino. The community is the asset. And you're not going to find that 100x in Boomerland because you're not going to find that type of uncertainty and volatility because you're dealing with attention spans, man. Like that's the thing with shares. At least there is a book value. By the way, friends, I know when I say this, I mentioned this a year ago. People started messaging me, "Wow, can we go find the companies who are trading below book value?" There are none. Okay, you don't get that opportunities now. You barely get this. There's literally almost none because there are millions of these bots. They just scan the whole stonk market, and there's all these hedge funds, and it's super competitive, and there's trillions of dollars fighting over each other. They never let anything get that cheap. It's literally one big fat Ponzi. It's just too competitive. But in crypto, you get the insane volatility and things can go down. Speaking of things going down, friends, I didn't want to spoil the party, but Crapo is bullish. I'm sorry. Bitcoin reclaiming 60K. More altcoins are starting to pump. The best is yet to come. Now, I hope this was fake, but I don't think it is, man. I hope it's fake. I really hope it is fake. There's just too many contradictory signals here. Mr. Journal193, not to be confused with Journal194. Jim Cramer 2.0. Levi, giving him too much credit. He is not the market, just making observations. Yeah, man, you sound like Levi. So you sound exactly like me whenever the signal appears, and I'm like, oh, crap, I don't want to believe that signal. Like, remember, friends, in February, March this year, I was saying, everyone, man, I know no one wants to hear it, but alt season could be over. Do you remember that, friends? I was literally thrown out to the wolves by everyone. Luckily, I'm a bigger wolf, and I killed all those other wolves, and then I banged all their wives too. So I was saying that. I didn't sell. I was like saying, man, we have all these euphoria signals, and I know we barely started moving, and I know we just, oh man, this sucks. This sucks. And I didn't think it would just be like still be down after, moving into September, but just see, it's one thing to see these signals. It's another thing to act on them. Here's the thing, but I still knew, okay, how sure am I we've topped? 90%. All right, but 90% is on 100. 90% is on 100. I would not take that 10% chance because if things kept going up, friends, you literally, all it has to do, if it just did another 2x, literally another 2x, you've lost half your position. You know that? It's not worth it. You've literally wasted all your life. It's literally like you can't even get this example out. It's like you sold Bitcoin at 40 grand, you got to buy back in at 80. Like all your gains are gone from the whole cycle, bro. It's literally that. You can't do that. Now, obviously, with the altcoins, they're much more thin. So if they started moving up, man, you can't rewind time. You've screwed everything up. Like your final portfolio result, you now have to divide it by 2. You've minus 50% on that. So it's simply not worth it to give up early. Even Vitalik's not giving up early, friends. There's so much Vitalik stuff out here. Ethereum has gotten stronger. Look at this. Under 1 cent transactions for layer 2s, 2 EVMs, much more powerful and mature ZK tooling. Don't know what that means. Starting to see 2nd generation privacy tools. Identity, reputation, credentials, ecosystem much more powerful. Progress on stacks. Clarity on account abstraction roadmap. So he's basically, friends, he's literally getting out. He's bull posting. So Vitalik himself here is actually coming out. He's turbo bull posting. He's trying to remind everyone, hey, Ethereum's good, man. But it's about the price, man. Everyone's here for the price. Well, I don't know. These things have value, but people want to change their lives, man. You don't change really your life. If you're like, oh, I'll get some privacy when I do a transaction here, man. They want to change their lives, man. They just want what was given to the people who were lucky enough to hold into the unicorns. Being early in Bitcoin, being early in Ethereum, right? I mean, look how sad it is, by the way. Like, you haven't retired off Ethereum if you bought it in the past, pretty much like since 2017, pretty much. If you bought above $500, yeah, you got 5, 6, 7x, but that's not like, man, this thing can go to down 99%. You know what I mean? Anything can go to 0. You need more than 5 or 6, right? The people who retired off Ethereum, they got in under $10. The people who did well in Bitcoin, right? What have they done? Okay, if you bought at 3K, you've got your 20x now. You're starting. That's Bitcoin as well. So it's a tough game. Hopefully, we get this banana zone to continue up. Once again, just hoping, man. Like, subscribe, belly button, all. Catch you in the next one.